Can you really throw a birthday party for 3 people in Vietnam with just 800,000 VND, about $30? It sounds hard to believe. In fact, many people would probably say that's far too little, even cheap, for a special occasion like a birthday. But today I'm gonna find out. We'll buy a birthday cake, take my family out for a Korean BBQ meal, and by the end of this video, we'll see if 800,000 VND is actually enough. Who knows? It might completely change the way you think about the cost of living in Vietnam. So make sure you watch until the end. The result might surprise you. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Hana in Vietnam. I'm Han. If you're new here, this channel is all about everyday life in Vietnam, shared from the perspective of a local, me. Today is a very special day. It's my husband's birthday. For many people, birthdays mean big parties, lots of guests, and exciting celebrations. But that's not really our style. I enjoy keeping our family time private, without inviting friends or relatives. I think it's healthy to have a clear boundary between our social life and our family life. So tonight, it's just the three of us, me, my husband, and our little princess. What about you? Do you think that makes me selfish? Let me know in the comments. Here in Vietnam, every family celebrates birthdays differently. Some people invite lots of friends and relatives. Some turn it into a weekend getaway. And some families, like ours, believe the best celebrations are often the simplest. Just good food, a birthday cake, and the people who matter most. But here's today's challenge. Can I create a memorable birthday celebration for the three of us with a budget of just 800,000 VND? Honestly, I'm not even sure it's possible. In previous years, we always celebrated at home. Our birthday parties were so simple that you might find them hard to imagine. This year, though, we're doing something a little different. Will 800,000 VND really be enough? Let's find out together. Our first stop, a local bakery to pick up the birthday cake. This is one of the most well-known bakeries in the city. It's been here for around 60 years. That's long enough for generations of local families to grow up knowing this place. Many people came here for birthday cakes when they were children. And now they're bringing their own children back to the very same bakery. I think that's something really special. A bakery that's been around for this long has probably been part of thousands of birthday celebrations and family memories. All right, let's go inside. My first impression is that it isn't a fancy bakery, but it's clean, cozy, and welcoming. The smell of butter and freshly baked cakes fills the entire shop. The moment you walk through the door, you can smell it. It instantly makes you feel hungry. Over here is the display of birthday cakes. And on the other side, you'll find all kinds of pastries and desserts. If I had more time, I could probably spend quite a while just looking at everything. There are so many choices. Some cakes are tiny, perfect for 1 or 2 people. Others are much larger, made for big birthday parties. Some are decorated very simply with a little cream and fresh fruit. Others are incredibly detailed. They look more like works of art than something you would actually eat. I really love cakes like these. If I didn't have a budget today, choosing just one would be a lot harder. But today's birthday challenge gives me a total budget of only 800,000 VND for the entire celebration. So I have spent carefully. I can't use too much of the budget on the cake alone. In Vietnam, when a birthday is celebrated with just a small family, most people don't buy a huge cake. Something simple is usually enough. Not too big. Not too expensive. It helps avoid wasting food. and leaves more money for the birthday meal. After walking around the bakery for a while, I finally found the one I wanted. It's not overly fancy, but I think it looks elegant. And it's the perfect size for 3 people. For me, this is exactly the right choice. Because I've always believed that the most important part of a birthday isn't how expensive the cake is. It's the moment when everyone gathers together, lights the candles, sings happy birthday, cuts the first slice of cake, and creates memories they'll never forget. Those memories will always be worth far more than the size or the price of the cake. Now the staff is writing a birthday message on top of the cake. I always enjoy this part. It's amazing how just a few simple words can make a cake feel so much more personal. Once that's finished, the cake is carefully packed into a box so it won't slide around or get damaged on the way to the restaurant. All right, it's time to pay. The cake costs 260,000 VND, which is about 10 US dollars. And of course, don't forget the candles and the cake knife. Otherwise, tonight's birthday celebration might be a little difficult. After buying the cake, I still have 540,000 VND, around $20 left for dinner. That's actually a pretty comfortable budget. But will it really be enough for a Korean BBQ dinner for 3 people? Now, that's the real challenge. Let's head to the restaurant and find out. Let's head to the BBQ restaurant. It's getting dark. This is when restaurants in Vietnam become the busiest. We are heading to a local barbecue restaurant. It's not fancy. It's not a tourist spot. Just a casual place where many Vietnamese people come after work. There are both indoor air-conditioned seats and an outdoor dining area. That's a very common setup in Vietnam. What I love most is the atmosphere. People chatting, glasses clinking, meat sizzling on the grill, and the amazing smell filling the street. In Vietnam, many people celebrate birthdays at barbecue restaurants. The reason is simple. Everyone can eat together, talk together, and no one has to cook or clean afterward. Just bring a small birthday cake, order a few dishes, and that's enough for a wonderful evening. That's probably why I love birthdays like this. Now comes the part I've been looking forward to the most, ordering the food. Because if I order too much, I'll go over budget. So today, I have to be really careful. First, I'm ordering a BBQ combo that includes marinated pork belly with satay sauce, garlic soy marinated beef chuck, marinated pork jowl with satay sauce, and a mixed vegetable platter. The whole set costs 355,000 VND, which is about $13.50. This is one of the most popular Korean-style BBQ combinations you'll find in Vietnam. The meat is usually marinated with ingredients like garlic, onions, black pepper, honey, or each restaurant's own signature sauce. Next, I'm getting an order of cheese-wrapped beef belly. I absolutely love this dish because once it's on the grill, the aroma is incredible, and the melted cheese makes it rich and creamy. It costs 100,000 VND, or about $3.80. Since I also love rich, savory flavors, I'm adding a side of salted egg yolk sauce. It's especially delicious when you eat it with fresh vegetables and dipping sauce. Besides the meat, in Vietnam, it's also very common to order extra vegetables. These side dishes help balance the meal and make it feel less heavy. For my drink today, I'm keeping it simple, just water. because the main goal is to stay within budget. I hope this will be just the right amount of food for 3 people. I really don't want to leave anything behind because wasting food is something I always try to avoid. Now, let's wait for the food to arrive. Finally, the food has arrived. Just look at this table. It's absolutely loaded with different kinds of meat, seafood, mushrooms, fresh vegetables, and all sorts of side dishes. This is the moment I've been looking forward to ever since we walked into the restaurant. But because it's finally time to start grilling, absolutely love grilling meat. There's something special about the aroma of meat cooking over charcoal. It has a rich, smoky flavor that's completely different from grilling on an electric stove. Trust me, it really does make a difference. If you've never tried Korean BBQ or Vietnamese-style barbecue, where you grill the food yourself right at the table, it's a really fun experience. The staff brings the meat to your table completely raw. Then everyone grills their own food on the barbecue in the middle of the table. And don't worry, even though there's a grill right in front of you, it doesn't feel unbearably hot. Everyone takes care of their own food. You choose the pieces you want. You flip them yourself. You cut them yourself. And you eat them the moment they're perfectly cooked. That's one of the reasons I love this style of dining. It naturally slows everyone down. Nobody comes here just to eat as quickly as possible and leave. Instead, you grill, you wait, you talk. Sometimes the conversations while you're waiting for the meat to cook end up being the best part of the meal. Only a few seconds later, the smell starts filling the entire table. The aroma of butter, the marinade, the smoky charcoal, everything comes together. Honestly, just smelling it makes me hungry. I don't know if barbecue is this popular where you live, but here in Vietnam, many people prefer grilling and eating at the same time. That's because grilled meat tastes best when it's fresh off the grill. Slightly crispy around the edges, tender, juicy, still full of flavor inside. If you leave it sitting for too long, it just isn't the same anymore. I usually don't cook too much at once, just a few pieces. Eat them while they're hot, then grill some more. That way, everything stays fresh, delicious, and nothing goes to waste. In Vietnam, it's very common to wrap grilled meat in lettuce, sesame leaves, or different kinds of fresh herbs. Then you add a little kimchi, maybe a slice of garlic. Some people even add fresh chili. Finally, dip it into the sauce. Vietnamese people eat a surprising amount of vegetables. Almost every meal comes with some kind of fresh greens or herbs. In fact, some of the vegetables we eat might surprise you. You'd probably never imagine they were edible. Everyone has their own favorite way to make a wrap. There's no right or wrong. Just whatever tastes best to you. That's what I love about every single bite. You get the sweetness of the meat, the freshness of the vegetables, the slight tang of the kimchi, and the rich flavor of the dipping sauce. Everything blends together perfectly. Even though I'm eating a lot of meat, it never feels too heavy. Oh, do you see this piece over here? I think I completely forgot about it. Oops, it's burned. But honestly, that happens all the time, especially when everyone gets caught up in a good conversation. I think almost everyone who's ever had Korean BBQ has burned at least one piece of meat. It's almost like a universal BBQ curse. No worries. Just set it aside and grill another piece. Nobody really cares. I think that's part of what makes meals like this so enjoyable. Nothing has to be perfect. Not every piece of meat has to look beautiful. Not everything has to go exactly as planned. As long as everyone is sitting together, eating together, talking together, laughing together, that's more than enough. Years from now, I probably won't remember exactly what we ordered today, but I know I'll remember who I shared this meal with. That's why I've always loved this kind of dining, especially on special occasions like birthdays, because we're not just eating food, we're creating memories. A few years from now, I may not remember every dish on this table, but I'm sure I'll remember my husband's smile. And our little girl insisting that she wanted to help flip the meat. I think that's what truly makes a meal unforgettable. What about you? When your family goes out for a meal, what's the dish everyone usually chooses? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. One of my favorite things about making these videos is learning about different cultures and traditions from people all around the world. Alright? I think it's time for us to enjoy the rest of this amazing meal. And after that, we'll find out whether 800,000 VND is really enough for a birthday celebration for 3 people in Vietnam. And now, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. The birthday cake is finally here. We light the candles. In Vietnam, people usually sing happy birthday. Then we share our birthday wishes in Vietnamese. There aren't many formal traditions, just simple heartfelt wishes. I wish you good health. May you always stay happy. And I hope we get to create many more wonderful memories with our little family. Happy birthday. After blowing out the candles, it's time to cut the cake. Everyone gets a slice. Then we go back to chatting around the table. That's always my favorite part of a birthday celebration. It's not the cake. It's not the food. It's the feeling of being surrounded by the people you love. I wish you all the best, and I hope we'll always stay by each other's side. Now it's time to see whether today's challenge was a success. The birthday cake cost 260,000 Vietnamese dong. The barbecue meal was 480,000 dong. Our drinks were 15,000 dong. That brings the total to 755,000 Vietnamese dong, or about $28.70. We even stayed under budget. Honestly, that surprised me. With this amount of money, we had a birthday cake, a delicious barbecue feast, and most importantly, a wonderful evening together. I don't think the most memorable part was how much we spent. It was having time to sit together as a family, sharing a meal, sharing laughter, and creating a beautiful memory together. Now, I'd love to ask you a question. In your country, with the equivalent of 800,000 Vietnamese dong, about $30, could you celebrate a birthday for 3 people? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to learn what life is like where you live. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoy videos about everyday life in Vietnam, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next adventure. I'm Han. See you in the next video on Hana in Vietnam.